Hi everyone, this is Glenn from Millennium, and today we're going to be showing off our V3 interactive character, which is our virtual interactive office assistant line. In this case, we're at a car dealership, and our virtual interactive office assistant that we have custom made is going to interact with the people that come to the website. Now, what's so cool about this is you don't have to work 24/7 anymore, because you now have a virtual interactive character throughout the night that can answer questions, and individuals will be able to ask questions, and they are self-learning. So as time goes by, they become smarter for each individual. One of the questions we were asked was, okay, yeah, well, you got this virtual character, how are you going to make it personal for each individual? Well, we've done that. So every single person gets their own permanent virtual interactive office assistant throughout our whole entire system. Wow, what a lot of fun. So today in this mock-up, what we're going to do is we're going to show you two different screens. One that's going to be me as the admin on one side, and then the user that comes to the website that wants to interact with the virtual character. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started with that. So in the screen here, as you can see, over on this side, this is the actual admin side, and this side over here is the actual user. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend, and I'm going to have you zoom in here, Matthew, my helper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reload the page just like it would be if somebody was to come to the website.
Attention, you've got someone on your website that needs assistance.
And like always, if you're logged in during the day and you're using a virtual interactive office assistant, or you're using your Millennium technology, your 3D technology, what's happening is that when somebody comes to the website, it's going to make you aware of it. And as that's done that right now, you've heard that there needs to be some attention given. Okay, so in this case, right now you can see that this character has a box which explains to anybody that comes to the website and loads the 3D how to actually walk around and interact. But what we're going to do is show you the character. So in this case, you can see there's a character right over here, and there's different ways you can set the character. You can set the character so that when somebody comes to the website, he walks right up to them. But in this case, I would probably prefer not to be, hit right when somebody comes to the website. So we've got it set up to where, there goes somebody walking around. But anyway, what happens is the character is I'm going to walk over towards the character, and he's going to walk up to me, and we're going to start a conversation. Anyway, first, one more thing before we go in too much further. Over here if you look over here, you'll see my character right here. Okay, so on this screen, as you can see, I'm standing here, and I'm in this room, so you can go ahead and show the other screen too at the same time, so I can show you. So you can see I'm standing on this user screen, so they would see me if they came to the website. Well, what we wanted to do was we realized we needed to make it so that the admins, or the people that are running the website, could actually ghost themselves. So that's what I'm going to do now. By holding Control, Alt, and hitting H, and I'm going to be on that website. Users can't do that. So it looks like I'm ghosted on this screen. But look what's happened on this screen. You can see I'm gone. So I'll go ahead and do it again so I can show it to you. Come back. So you can see I've come back. So if I am talking to somebody and I need to talk to somebody, I can actually appear and disappear myself. So for right now, let's go ahead and start by it looking like the character has walked up and they've talked to him. So go ahead and focus in on this screen. And we're going to have it go ahead and zoom in on this screen here. And you can see that the character...
Welcome to Youngblood Motors.
And yes, that's my voice.
Which vehicle can I provide you information on today? Before you leave, I would like to provide you with all of the information you need on the vehicle of your choice, including pricing, payments, down payment options, interest rates, and the figures on your trade. Fair enough? Would you like to do that now or later?
Okay, so the question's been asked, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and move on through. So I'm going to move back over here and show you what's happening and say yes. If I was to say no later, what happens is the character would say, hey, okay, well, when you're ready to start talking to me, take a look around, and when you're ready to start, just contact me, okay? And actually, he'll actually go through a couple of other processes, and we're designing each one of these for each client that we have. So we're going to go ahead and say yes, or now in this case.
Great. What are you driving now?
Okay, so what we're going to have you do is bring the screen on over, and you can kind of see what's happening is, let's say what car, and of course on the control panel side, which we're going to go to in a little while, is you're going to say I'm driving a Maxima. Okay.
Great. What did you most like about it?
Okay, and pretty soon what's happening is I do like how it drove. I like how much space it had. I like how much power it had. And I'm just making this up as I go.
What did you least like about it?
And one of the things I want to point out too is with the virtual character, what's great is we're able to show emotions. And what happens when people actually see things visually, they can understand the emotional connection immediately. And what happens is we have found that people start interacting with the character and smiling and going, hey, I'm talking to this character, and start answering questions that actually make sense to them. What's really happening on the backside we're going to show you is that the data is not only collected, but it helps us make a decision and can be exported into a content management system or CRM system. Okay, so right now I'm going to keep answering the questions. I do like how it drove. It was very dependable.
Are you interested in trading it in, and why?
And it's time for a change in lifestyle, and lower my payments maybe.
Based on what you have just told me, here's what I'd like to do next. I would like you to go click on the different vehicles in the showroom that hold your interest. Meanwhile, I would like to contact a representative that can show you the inventory and work with you. Be happy to. I'm attempting to contact them now. Please wait.
Okay, so the ding you've just heard is me in the office, and I can see that somebody has actually gone through the process of being able to hear the entire conversation. So what we're going to do is now show you what will happen if I'm the admin. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave myself ghosted. You don't need to be unghost, but here's the character, and so I'm going to go ahead and click on him. And throughout the day, I might have lots of characters and individuals like you see on this website. Lots of people have been to the website. So what I would want to do is look, I can look over his head and see that he's customer 100. In this case, we don't actually have their name. Now, a lot of people will say, well, I need their name so I can get an email address. What we want you to recognize in this technology is that sounds great, but they're on your site. So why are you not saying hello to them? If you're in sales, I think it's all about making a sale, correct? So if someone's emotionally connected to you and you can actually see what they've done, this is going to add a huge amount of value. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and click on the individual, and I'm going to move this over to the side. The reason I'm going to move it to the side is I'm going to go ahead and right click on the character and add a private chat. Now, I haven't actually said anything to him yet, but what I want to happen and show off here is how the actions go. So in this case, let's just take a look at see what he had picked. Okay, oh, he has a Maxima, and he drove it. You like how it drove, how much space it had, the power. So now we've data collected all these pieces, and based upon that decision, I would go down to my list that I can pre-make, which we're going to be talking about. I'm going to click over to the control panel, and we're going to be talking about that, how that works. So I'll come down here real quick. Okay, so we'll come back to the control panel and how to use that in just a minute. But in this case, you can see I've added some cars and different things, and I'm actually going to make a Chrysler suggestion to him. Okay, so, and it doesn't, again, so I'm going to make that suggestion, and I can add those URLs. So any website, anything you want them to see or show off, they're about to get that. So what's going to happen is we're going to move the camera out a little bit and show off both screens. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to send that message now, and watch what happens. Instantly, on this screen, if you want to move in here real quick, Matt, since you're helping me out, thank you so much. You can see it's based on the information the virtual assistant has given you. The man, which is me, or in my character, assistant, feel that we would like you to take a look at the Chrysler 200. So I'm going to go ahead and open that link up, and instantly that sends me a message as well that I'm actually on the Chrysler's page. So what's cool is I now have been made aware, so go ahead and show the other screen here. Yeah, that's good. You can see that what's happened is I have been made aware as a admin that person did click on the link and is now looking at that particular vehicle that I sent them. How cool is that? So I'm going to go ahead and say okay as an admin. And of course, this is what I suggested to him, and that he did see it. Okay, so all of a sudden I'm thinking, okay, well, he's looking around. He's still here. You know, I have a feeling that I need to send him another link. So we're going to go ahead, and I could send him another link. And again, what it does is it takes over his screen, again, automatically, and shows him that I have another opportunity for him. Now, again, at this point, he doesn't even see that I'm there. So I'm probably not going to do that, which sent me another link saying that he's looking at the vehicle. So I just want to show you that you can take over his screen and show him different inventory. So what we're going to do, though, is we're going to actually say, in this case, instead of sending him a link to another car, because first of all I showed him one vehicle. In this case it's for a car company, remember. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and type him a message. But if you're like me, you really don't like to type too much, so you'd like to add some quick links, we give you that ability to do that. So I'm going to say this is the vehicle I would like to suggest. Well, guess what? Look at the screen over here. See what's just happened? Yes, he was watching a video, he was on a website, he was looking at inventory, and all of a sudden I, as the man, the salesperson inside this real room over here, inside the virtual space, has sent this person a message saying, hey, guess what? I've got a suggestion, can we talk for a minute? And of course he can say no and go away, but hopefully he's going to say, okay, why? And I would say hi, and that sends a message, and then get him to type because it says the click area, and he might say hi. And he probably won't, or he may. It all depends. What you want to do is engage. At that point, you're now having a live conversation using chat box to be able to communicate. Okay, so that's great. And you're going to send him a message, and you're going to say, hey, how did you like the car I sent you? Was that something that you would be interested in? Do you need help with service? All of this now can be created and customized for each individual client that we have using V3. Okay, so in this case, what I would do is I could even go live help and have a webcam, take over his browser, and take him to the inventory in real time, right down to the service shop and the loan if that's what needs to be. Okay, but right now, let's go a little bit farther. Go ahead and go back over to my screen, and I'm going to go ahead and close this on that side, and now I've got the chat box window. And so here's what's happening. One of the important things that we need to make sure we understand is that throughout the day, we're going to be interacting with people, and we want to make sure that the transcript gets followed. So let's go ahead and go to the control panel. In the control panel, for all you admin that want to make sure that everybody's working fairly and want to be able to add more content, you do that out of the control panel. So right here it says virtual representative, and I'll go ahead and pick that particular room. And what you can see right here is the different cars that you can add, and you can have any of your admin can add all of the links to the websites very easily, and throughout the month change them. So that's the first part, which makes it really easy, and I wanted to keep it really light just to kind of show you can manage notifications, who gets the notifications. You can have analytics that actually shows off what somebody is doing. But we just wanted to say thanks, and I'll see you again. It's always busy at Millennium. Thank you.